Good evening, ladies, swords, lasses, and all those in between. It is I, your humble game master, the Deathly Shad, as I remember to put on the music. I forgot to.
Dun,
Jit.
dun, dun, dun.
Okay. All right. Yes. And welcome to more Rains of Vitrium content. Episode 95. Oh, episode 95. 5 more episodes and we'll be at that magical 100 episode mark.
Hooray.
I know, right? You guys are barely 2/3 of the way through the campaign. Anyway, that's right, 2/4. No, 2/8? Yeah, 2/8 of the way through the campaign, I think. So
I like how it went from like we're nearly done, we're about halfway, we're so very near the beginning.
Well, if you transfer it over, you said 2/8, which is a fourth, so we're a quarter way through.
Me.
Shad's that's just Shad's way of saying you guys slow.
Well, I mean, it would have been more time if, long rest would be over 3-4 sessions.
I haven't done that in a while. Thank you. Anyway, so we are back today, and I have my lovely co-host with me today, my players. Agathar, say hi to the people.
Hello.
Morgan, say hi to the people.
Hello.
Rensois, say hi to the people.
Hello.
Who's back from vacation? Soren, say hi to the people.
Indeed. I have
Hoi, hoi, how's it
escaped
going?
Ohio.
Oh no.
Survived Ohio.
Yeah, it's a survival mission for sure. And Avani, say hi to the people.
Hey,
Alright. And let us get right into the session. Remember, if you want to catch us live, you can do so at twitch.tv/deathlyshad. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that little jazz. And let's begin. So, when last we left our adventurers, Agathar the Kobold Necromancer, Morgan the Halfling Divination Wizard, Rensois the Rabbitfolk Monk, Soren the Rabbitfolk Samurai, and Vani the Rabbitfolk Smith, the party had a shopping trip as we were down a player and I didn't want to progress anything all that far. Morgan had more drunken escapades, maybe or maybe.
She does.
Yeah, may or may not have developed a crush on Soren. We don't talk about anything else. And
Thorn hasn't seen it yet.
Nah,
As he do.
yeah, he will eventually. Who knows? I certainly don't. And the party was given a proposition by Phaon, the owner and proprietor of F&M Adventurous Emporium, that she would provide for the party a gun that could disrupt and disable ch-ldr-n technology for recovery, and that she would be willing to take this recovered technology and repurpose it to fit the party, and give technology of her own to help them beat ch-ldr-n. However, in exchange for her assistance, she has requested that all technology she makes for the party and all technology that ch-ldr-n has be given unto her at the end of everything. With the stipulation that she won't use it to, give other nations the same technological advantage that ch-ldr-n currently has. And with that, you guys are able to return with your particular document, your contract, so to speak, that you have not signed yet. And during this time, Rensois, what have you been up to? Speaking of, you would have gotten the chance to shop around the shop if you wanted to. You don't have to.
Maybe? There's not really anything that she wants or needs.
Not even
You know what?
potions?
Potentially gifts. Yeah, she'll check out the store.
Okay. Neotal's palling around with you, if that's okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, what is it that you are looking for, particularly?
like I said, she wasn't really looking anything for herself because I am magic item the fuck up.
Wasn't like the exact opposite true a few months ago.
No, she's been struggling with having not enough slots for a while.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else then.
Maybe something for Neatal.
Okay. How are you going to distract Neatal while you buy that?
And also maybe something for Aggie.
Gasp.
To distract Neatal.
Yeah. Assuming you're wanting to buy this item for her in secret.
That's easy enough. Easy enough. As they look around.
Hey, it's not that easy.
You say that, except Neatal's eager to please. Hey, I'm going to look over here. Could you check that side of the shop for anything, basically anything mushroom related?
Sure. I can do that easily enough. What kind of mushrooms are you looking for? For like stuff to plant, or like books about them, or
Books, magical properties, like interesting specimens with magical properties, something that could be used with, my spores, anything along those lines.
Okay, you got it. And she'll rush over there.
Which then did suddenly make me wonder, it's like, I wonder if I could get something to have like spores that deal different damage types so I'm not stuck with fucking necrotic.
You certainly
Feel
could.
my pain.
That might actually be something I would buy, Shad.
You certainly could. You certainly could ask around. I mean, Neatal's
Yeah,
already
actually,
asking around for you.
Yeah, no, I think she will actually.
You gonna trust?
Look around for that.
Oh, okay. You're
But
gonna
she
look
is-
around for that. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna look around for that as well. On
All right,
thinking about it, but I think she will also look for something for Neatal to aid with general shadow sneakiness.
Shadow sneakiness, you say? Okay. Roll me an investigation check. I will roll one for Neatal.
Investigation.
I am
Ba-bam.
so. Oh.
She nat one, didn't she?
She can't nat one, thank God, because of reliable talent.
So she tried to nat one, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. She tried to natural one. She got an 18, though. Thank fuck.
Well, Renspa got a 9.
A 9? Boy, howdy. Well, you don't really find anything in particular, but what you do find is a very helpful red fire cat with two sets of ears and a pair of horns. Evening. So, what are you looking for?
I was looking for 2 things in particular. Potentially 3. For myself, I was looking for any particularly unique strains of mushrooms. And
Out of
for...
curiosity, ma'am, would you happen to have a gold membership card? They smile.
I don't think she does, correct?
No, she doesn't.
I do not.
Well,
Currently?
allow me to introduce you to our lovely... Morgan, you're distracted this entire time. This is a thing for Renswa since they missed last session. Smile.
Right.
At any rate, as I was saying, well, allow me to inform you of our gold membership program, which does indeed incur a discount for adventurers such as yourself on particular items and parcels, and includes a very lightly expanded array of objects and herbs for your perusal.
Oh, okay.
The cost is 10 gold for the month, and then a surcharge of 10 gold every other month afterwards, which can be extracted from from you in the form of a payment plan. But in doing so, in accepting this gold membership, you get to have access to this shop at least once a month from anywhere you wish. You have and he basically rattles off all the benefits of the gold membership, and then he pulls out a contract that he shows to you. Simply pay your 10 gold and sign here, and bada bing, bada boom, I get to hand you this. He pulls out of his jacket a golden card with FNM, Adventurous Emporium, and Francois written beneath it.
I see.
Bless you.
Thank you. Just 10 gold a month?
They nod.
Is there a cancellation fee if at some point I choose to end it? Is there a certain duration?
There is no certain duration. There is no cancellation fee. You may cancel at any point in time, and you get the rest of the month that you paid for. You see, we like to make this particular membership contract enticing and not predatory.
Very well.
You pay the 10 gold?
Yeah, she will pay
Alright, so you
10 gold.
hand over the money. He then pulls out a quill that he hands to you. Sign here, please.
Sign.
Alright, you sign and it disappears. Alright, good. Now, as you were saying, you were looking for mushrooms, and I would assume you're looking for mushrooms to enhance the capabilities of your current ones along your neck, yes?
Yes.
Then yes, we do indeed sell some of those, although I think the friend you sent off for them is already looking at them already. But they are not finding the whole stock. That is what the gold membership is for.
Okay.
Now, as for your other request, you were looking for a particular item for, I would assume, your friend.
Yes. Something perhaps. I don't have anything particularly in mind, but she is apt at essentially fighting within magical darkness. Something to perhaps assist in that manner.
I think I have an item for that. You see, the tragedy about fighting in magical darkness is that if you are putting it on other people, then, well, it's hard for your allies to overcome the same hurdles that you have, correct? Well, I have an item that allows you to do just that. And he'll kind of, like, lead you over to what looks to be a small box, which he then pulls off the shelf, and he opens it up, and you see a set of 5 rings inside of it. One of them is made of this dark onyx material. The others are made of this white marble material. Simply slip this ring on the main person, slip this ring on other people, and whenever the main person uses darkness magic, everyone else wearing the other sister rings can see through that same darkness.
I see. How much would it be per ring then, I suppose?
Oh, these are a whole set.
So how many is it and how much?
The price of this particular set of items is 8,000 gold pieces.
And you seem rather dodgy about admitting how many is in it.
It's very obvious here. There's 6 of them. There's 1 main ring and then 5 secondary rings. Good for adventuring parties with up to 6 people.
Right. Perhaps 8,000 is a bit steep.
Well, it is the
You
ability for
said you
5
had-
people to see through magical darkness.
Fair enough. You said you had some mushrooms?
Oh, but of course. What were you looking for these particular mushrooms to try and do to you?
Essentially, different damage types with, you know,
So,
the ones I have on me are necrotic in nature, but there's certainly more unique strands out there.
yes. Although I believe in order to get the results you're looking for, you're wanting to unionize them, pollinate them, so to speak. Not sure if you can do that with mushrooms. Can you do that with mushrooms?
You mean hybridization?
Yes, that thing.
You can. I've done so myself.
Then I am more than able to help you out with that. Please come with me to the herbalist section. And do you follow?
Indeed.
You follow him, and you see, and I'll say you see Neatal over there currently investigating
Personally?
a small pile of mushrooms with what looks to be a tiny little pair of mechanical grabber hands that she's like slowly picking up a seed core with and looking around it before putting it back down. And she does the same thing with another mushroom nearby, just slowly picks it up, shudders a bit, puts it back down.
Here's mushroom from the bramble.
And he basically leads you over to where she is and says, "And here's your little mushroom collection. The gold membership will get you access to the extra mushrooms here." And as he snaps his fingers, you see another kind of like shelf appear that wasn't there before that has more mushrooms lining it. And then he will rattle off that you can hybridize your mushrooms with the following changes. You can hybridize them with mushrooms to change the damage type. You can hybridize them with mushrooms to change the effects of your mushrooms. So, like, you know how your mushrooms currently sap the dexterity of someone?
Yes.
You can change them to sap another stat instead. And he also...
It's like sap constitution, force Shad to change their HP maximum in the middle of combat.
Well, is it strength or con that if it hits negatives, they just die?
Any of them.
Any stat.
Any
Ah.
stat.
And then there are potency mushrooms that increase the potency of a particular effect. And the prices of each of these mushrooms is, I want to say, we'll say 1,000 for a damage type. We'll say 5,000 for a different stat to target. And then we'll say 20,000 for a potency upgrade. And then the price of the potency upgrade will vary depending on where you want it to go. If it's potency of damage, it'll be 20k. If it's potency of the stat you're draining, it's going to be like 60 to 80. You understand why.
Yeah. However, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have that kind of money, Shad.
All right, fair enough.
It's got like 11 grand.
Got like 11
You-
grand? Hey, you can buy yourself a couple damage types.
More than I can.
I mean, shit, if I buy those, I could buy the rings and 3 damage types and be broke as shit.
Or there's an alternative. Neotal is currently there, like looking at you and then looking to the mushrooms, and she's like, so I was able to find a couple cool mushrooms.
Oh, neat. Let me look.
She'll hold up one for you that you'd recognize as a shrieker mushroom. And you would probably be able to hybridize that into your mushrooms and give yourself psychic damage. And then she holds up a mushroom that is blue that sparks a little bit and fizzles. That one is called a blossoming mushroom because they blossom like a flower, but electrically whenever they are disturbed. And that would probably allow you to hybridize electricity damage type or lightning damage typing. These two mushrooms looked pretty cool. I thought you might be interested in them. They're a little expensive, but I can afford them. And I got a secret third mushroom that I'm not going to reveal to you, because I want to show it to you later.
Oh my god.
It's hallucinogen. Run.
This one's for eating. It's going into brownies.
This one's for space travel.
And she'll look at them and say, "Oh, these are. I could definitely do something with these." Thank you, Neotal.
She smiles, blushes. Oh, yeah, yeah, you know, it just normal things. I'll take those back, and she'll slowly try and pluck them from your hand.
She will gently hand them back over.
Yeah, it's so funny thing. While you're touching these mushrooms, go ahead and roll me a Arcana and then a Nature check.
No, it's in the
Arcana.
air.
Arcana.
Nature.
Nature. So, with the Arcana and the Nature combined, you are able to tell very easily that these mushrooms have a very small containment field that prevents them from doing what they would naturally be doing.
It's like
In their
spreading
current
throughout
state.
the fucking store.
Also prevents spraying throughout the store, but also prevents the shrieker from shrieking and the blossoming mushroom from blossoming.
Frying people.
Yes, from frying
Hmm.
people. In fact, all of the mushrooms here have this small little bubble barrier around them that's like almost imperceptible until you're like touching it, and then it's like you can feel the texture, but you feel the wrapping around it. Makes sense.
Yeah. I think Rensois will turn back to the shopkeep. And start looking at through the other ones. I'm trying to think. Let me see. So she got psychic and lightning.
Neotal's buying those, so you don't need to worry about buying those yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if she's got those. I mean, it could just go fire and ice. Those are the two, like.
You're able to find those easily enough.
Yeah.
You're able to find a mushroom that grows within magma itself. Typically to like it grows near the near volcanic mountains, and it acts like a little light. And what it does is it tries to lure things to the edge and have carbon monoxide kill them. And
Damn, the
then,
carbon monoxide poisoning.
yes, and you're also able to find blizzard shrooms, which are typically found inside the Alps of mountains, and they glow in the dark, very brightly, like a lantern, to lead people further up the mountain and into the cold where they
Further to
die.
the death.
Yes.
Nature's scary.
Yeah, I think so. She's gonna grab those two, and could I get these and the box of rings?
But of course, that'll be 10,000 gold pieces. But since you are a gold member, get a discount, remember?
Oh, I thought that was the price with the discount.
No.
So how much is it after then?
9,000.
Okay. She will somewhat grimace as she separates out 9,000 gold.
And remember, since you're a gold member, you get a free bagel at the coffee shop and a coffee as well. Well, technically, you get a free confectionery item of a silver or lower, depending on the price of the item itself, and a drink as well to go along with it.
Somewhere in the store, they're all mediocre. It's not worth it.
Dies immediately. Just the gunshot goes off and then silence.
Just bam.
No,
Do this.
it's another one of Phaon's kids that's running it.
Exactly. Phaon's already using the railgun design to great effect.
Anyway, they smile at you with these very needle-like teeth, just like, hello, we did a thing. Is that all you'll be asking for today?
Yes, I think that's all.
Yes, and remember, at any time, you can always use that membership card to call us right back to you, and we'll reopen for you. Of course, that is only once per month. Keep that in mind.
Very well.
You'll be able to use it again whenever your card flashes gold again. And of course, anytime you find us in the wild, you're always welcome to enter and spend more money.
Please spend more money.
Yes.
We're drowning
Yeah,
in
but-
medical bills.
Alright. And with that, you and Neatal leave the establishment and re-enter the cart that has been put outside with a couple more upgrades attached to it. As she looks a little bit excited to kind of reveal what she got you.
Soren's also carrying 3 crates of oranges.
And for some reason, there's 10,000 mugs.
Agathar's just watching.
Soren's carrying those 3 crates of oranges while Agathar is just watching intently.
He has a bag of popcorn.
At least it's not pineapples.
He wouldn't understand that.
You sure?
We're
After the whole conversation that you had with your mother about them,
Actually, it's true. I think he does. I think he does understand that after that.
you just have PTSD flashbacks.
That's why you went for oranges, not pineapples.
Exactly.
And I like oranges better.
Oh god.
Just
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, as the two of you go in, she kind of wiggles back and forth in place, and she's like, so I got you something really nice, really cool that I think you'll like. Mildly terrifies me, but that's not new when it comes to mushrooms. But she kind of just a little bit, kind of took all the money I had, but I saw it, I thought about you. And, well, I mean, it's less romantic now that I think about it, but just here, have this mushroom. And she pulls out what is known as a heartbane mushroom. So, what a heartbane mushroom does is it infests creatures that are alive, and it parasitizes them, specifically by going through their bloodstream to their heart, where it grows. And it feeds off of the iron in the blood and the oxygen that it carries. This mushroom, in particular, would allow you to drain constitution from.
I think her eyes will like widen at seeing that. Where did you find one of them?
You know, on the.
I mean, I know where, but
I mean, it was on the mysterious shelf that appeared whenever you came by. I don't think he noticed me taking it. Or maybe he did, and just didn't care. Did seem oddly cheerful whenever I was shelling out a lot of money for this thing. Anyway,
most merchants do.
Yeah. Anyway, I got this for you because it was a cute little heart-shaped thing, and then so I didn't know about the lore of it, and then that merchant guy very gleefully told me the lore of it. Seemed to kind of like smile when I squirmed.
It's in an encasement. You're fine.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying, like, at first I was like, it's a little heart mushroom. It made me think about you and your love for mushrooms. And then, he told me that it was a parasite mushroom that feeds on your heart and your blood. And I'm like, ugh. In hindsight, this seems like a pretty terrible gift for me to, give to someone. Because it's like, what am I saying about you? Are you a parasite to me all of a sudden? you aren't for frame of reference. It was a cute heart shape, okay? It's also a tiny mushroom.
It's wonderful.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
I also got something for you.
Oh?
In a sense. And she will dig through the bag and... No, bad Amalia. Hold on, before I forget, let me edit the siphoning straight.
Amalia is eyeballing the mushrooms like, more snacks, yay.
No, he's not. She almost got disintegrated again. So she's very clearly in the corner of the room. But
Pouting.
she'll
yeah, she will dig through and pull out the box of rings.
Oh. So this is so sudden.
She opens it and shows that there's 6.
Is that a druid thing?
We're all getting married.
What?
I mean,
Hold on. I want to see if she realizes.
Okay.
What would that even be?
Wisdom?
Yeah, just flat wisdom.
She's just confused. More confused.
I mean, normally whenever, one person, gives someone else a ring, it means that they're, forming an intimate bond or connection, and like there's 6 of those there. Are you, are you trying to do a
No, no, no,
harem
no,
thing?
no, 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 no. Oh, she's just like beat red. No, it's for
Neatal's
fighting.
about the same. Oh,
It's
for fighting.
It's, they're a. She just kind of like puts her face in her hands and rubs her face. They're magically interconnected. As long as you're wearing one, anyone wearing the remaining 5 would be able to see through the darkness you make.
Oh, I'm I am so sorry. I misinterpreted that. That's very nice. Thank you.
I just, it's like I don't know how long you're going to be with our group or with your group, but it.
Well, I
I know you're training me to fight within your darkness, but not, not everyone else is trained to do that, so it
you're not wrong on that.
helps you not be quite so limited with where and when you have to do it.
Huh. Thank you. And she kind of like she'll gently take the box, and she'll kind of like pull out one of the white rings, and she'll clap it closed and slide that into a bag on her hip. And then she'll very gently, if Francois allows it, take her hand, and she'll slip the ring on it.
But I can already see.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is it hard to say that is it too much to say that I just want you to have one? And then Rensois broke.
God damn it, I was talking. I flipped the mic up. Magic.
Oh boy. So yeah, is
no,
it too
she
much to say
doesn't-
that I just want you to have one?
No, it's not. And I was gonna say, and she'll slip it on. She already slipped it on.
Yeah, no, she put it on for you. Plus, now you got something to remember me by if I ever have to head out somewhere.
I mean, you do realize that we have sending stone.
Yeah, but those feel. You know what? We do have those.
I'll still wear it.
Okay. And hey, now we have another matching set of magical items. Right? Finger guns?
True.
Yeah. And unless you have anything else you'd like to say or do at this moment, I believe a meeting can be called among all of you to talk about the contract that was given.
Okay.
So, Agathar, I would assume you're the one calling this meeting of your party to talk about the contract that was just given to you.
Yes, Agathar finishes watching Soren put the crates of oranges in his room.
Why are you putting those in your room and not the pantry?
Life.
Amalia.
And wife. Oh, you know what? No, that's true. Thorn, could you move one crate to the pantry, and then the other two can stay in here?
Sure. Where do you want it in the pantry?
I just where it'll fit.
She's going to go through 2 crates of them before they go bad.
I mean, the crates are enchanted for them to
Are they?
stay put.
Yes, all of the crates that you got from FNM Adventures Emporium are enchanted with preservation runes. That is why they go away after they are empty.
I was about to say, like, Morgan was about to be like, free preservation? Is good. Oh, they're temporary. God damn it.
Yes.
Wait, we fool the system. We constantly leave one in there and then throw a bunch of other shit in with it. We just put a big don't touch on the last one.
I feel like she has thought of that.
No.
Fine.
Don't-
We'll leave
Don't go,
4 in
don't
there.
go putting ideas in the non-existing character's head who isn't here to tell me otherwise.
His nose is bleeding. I don't know what you're talking about.
You hush. Fine. Yeah, whatever. And she starts shuffling through the other crates of groceries and putting them away. Happy to know that there is a new enchantment on the caravan that will keep Amalia from taking food she's not told she can eat with a firm slap of her hand from anywhere in the house. Money well spent.
Already you can hear, oh, my hand! It hurt!
Just the slightest smile on her like tired face as she's like putting away like a jugs of milk and and cream and eggs and like
hey,
just the dairy products.
Also, Soren, as you're making your way up to the room to grab a crate of oranges, Soy Fang whispers to your ear, you should take your shirt off whenever you bring that down.
Why?
Because it'll be funny.
His eyes narrow, goes, funny how?
Funny to me. You'll go up a grade scaling in my books.
he goes, all right. What's in it for me? Aside from that. Not that that's bad.
I will give you one hug.
He considers it for a second and goes, deal.
She gives you a thumbs up and disappears.
And when he goes downstairs to deliver the box, he does it shirtless.
Why? You get that dirty or something?
I either turns and sees Sword shirtless, and his eyes just go wide as his tail just like curls super in on himself.
Oh, Christ.
Sword just goes, I just felt the need to air out a little bit. It was getting a little stuffy in that shirt. I think I need to get it cleaned.
Insight hard, insight 8.
Let's see. Insight is 8. My deception is...
You can roll with disadvantage if you want. I don't mind.
Fuck. Where's the...
You can just roll it again and take the lower of the 2 rolls if you want to give yourself disadvantage. You don't have to, though.
Me or Morgan?
No, you! Soren, buddy.
Oh, I
I'm
mean,
a little drunk.
no, he's gonna keep that. Because I don't really know of any reason to get... Like, he's already got, like, just a +1 to it. So...
Fair enough.
She just kind of narrows her eyes. There's like, come back. The dirty shirt, I would have.
Just put it in the pantry. Her face is red.
Looks over her eyes, is like, what the hell is your problem?
Nothing. This is not my problem.
What the hell's your problem? Nothing.
There's a couple of problems that I could take care of later.
Yes, and at this point in time, you can all hear...
Alright,
Okay, I'm never doing that again. That was creepy.
Yeah, no, I surely hope that is the case.
Soy Fang is sitting on a table.
Get your ass off the table. We have chairs for that.
Okay. She'll hop off and take a seat.
Wipe that area down.
He wipes it down.
Are we having this meeting or what?
Yes, the meeting that we should have. Where's Redswa? He looks around and probably sees her like stepping in.
Ba-ba-ba.
And then she's doing something.
Neatal gives her a...
So she'll step in.
Neatal's
gonna,
gonna
like, both-
run off.
Both of them catch Soren topless and like, why?
Oh, brother chest.
Oh, hey. Hey, good to see you. Did you get anything cool?
Hi, distraction. I mean, Renswa.
Hey.
Soy Fang is still visible.
That baby bump making it harder to sneak.
Get the sense she's concentrating.
Fair enough.
Actively trying to stay visible.
Agatha would just like absentmindedly just go to her seat and just sit on her lap if she allows it.
I don't see why she wouldn't.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we missed you in the card. We have an interesting proposition from Miss Fayon about getting some assistance with ch-ldr-n, in a way.
Actually, you know what would make the whole topless thing funnier? He's wearing the cowboy hat.
Agatha's actively trying not to look at this
even
point.
have that?
Well, the shirt was dirty, the hat wasn't.
Morgan cast shirt. It's super effective.
Counterspell.
I devour it with my staff.
Homie over here looking like the fucking, looking like the cover of a Brokeback Mountain.
It's a Chippendale.
We heard of this. Yeah. So what is what's supposed to say?
What is the preposition, I guess?
We would receive a piece of technology from her. She said it was like a gun, where it will disable ch-ldr-n tech. And whatever we bring to her, she could reverse engineer, I guess, and she'll be able to give us what she makes. But in exchange, by when ch-ldr-n is dealt with, we have to give all of that technology back, and she lays claim to all of ch-ldr-n's technology. So she could either destroy it, fabricate it, experiment with it.
There's a
But
crux in this. We have no right to all of the technology in ch-ldr-n. We can't really sign that contract and make good on it now, can we?
Yeah, I'd say this is above our pay grade and more for a discussion for, government leaders.
I am pretty positive that she'll have a way where she'll just bamf all of the technology somehow.
And if that comes back to us,
I don't know how I don't know how it would. It's not just a sign on paper store in a cabinet. It's an infernal contract.
which I know you love those.
Takes one to know one.
She shook her eyes like I'm arguing against the contract. I hear the one for it.
Well, normally I would, but Fayon seems. I mean, Fayon doesn't give me a infernal vibe. It's just that her children do.
Yes, she's made a few cambions, which means her wife is likely the devil.
Yes.
I don't know how much more in bed you could be with a fiend.
I mean, that's fair.
And this is tried and true a sort of like Forerunner's MO. If you use the technology to disable a country so that they may break in all of their weapons. We can surely give them any equipment we come across, but I don't know if we can openly promise them everything. We don't have that power. Or we shouldn't, at least.
I'm pretty okay with that. I just don't want the technology to get into the wrong hands, and it's stated clearly in the contract she won't use it for any political, militarial gains.
She
And she
won't,
just-
but it doesn't say she couldn't sell it to someone who would. There are loopholes and
think-
gaps and holes in this.
Well, that's why we go back onto the conversation table. I still have my card. We can go back, and then we can.
I don't
No.
want to waste another. Like, I am certain we just gotta say her name really loud. Hey, contract time, and she'll just appear. Cause why not?
I mean, I'm sure that we also maybe have as much time as we need on this. We can always come back to it later.
Fair.
You also have
But that-
access to the sending spell, you're saying?
Yeah, but this is not a sending spell conversation.
I
Also,
mean,
who wants to talk to a cat?
you can literally just use the sending spell and say, hey, we'd like to discuss the finer details of this contract with you, and then it's like, oh, okay, sure.
I can certainly just I don't have a sending spell prepared, but if we did, I
Well-
would certainly say we should tell her we don't have any right to sign away all of ch-ldr-n, just what
Well-
equipment we come across.
Yeah, I mean, I can send her. I can ask her, and I'm more than happy to come to terms with that at least.
Just
That
kind of
seems
looks
fair.
between the other three members of our group who are just like stone solid. You can hop in
I
at
already
any
said-
time.
I already said my piece about it. I don't think it's our right to say what happens to technology.
So yeah, you're on my side.
Essentially.
I am also not enthused of giving up, the entirety of Caligan's tech to as just one person.
Honestly, nor I.
Agatha nods. I am not super comfortable with it either, but from what I can tell about her, she seems pretty genuine, but I kind of agree.
Well, if she can find someone in more affluent position, she can make a contract with them. But we will have to amend it to be equipment we come across. The only thing we can actually promise.
Okay, well, I can hit her up, and then we can discuss changing the terms of the contract, and then go from there.
I have a question. Is 11 enough in perception to notice the ring Rensoir's wearing?
Yes. It is
Well,
a
that's
white
nice
ring on
one.
brown fur.
Fair enough.
I mean, like, unless Rensoir is taking particular effort to hide it.
No.
Okay. And yeah, no, she notices that easily enough. Pardon me?
Her lips just go like flat, kind of sucking them in a bit.
Alright. Agathar, what's your sending spell to her?
The sending spell is essentially, hello, fam. We talked a bit more about the contract. We would like to change some terms on it, if that is okay. Come meet us soon.
Alright then. The response you get back is, sure thing, but be right there in just a moment. Although, I feel the contract is very solid. I'm not above making some adjustments. And then, a minute or so later, there's a rap tap tap upon the door.
With the mage hand, it opens.
He smiles and goes, "Hello!" Walks in. "Oh! That's darkness."
Snap.
"Oh, thank you." I figured that you would do that for me. Thank you. She rolls over to the table, pulls out a
Punch her back in
mechanical
darkness.
chair. She pulls out a mechanical chair from inside one of her pouches and flips it open before sitting it down and then taking a seat. "All right, so the contract in question, what was your query, or what did you want to adjust or change?"
We can't promise you all of their tech. It is not ours to have and give.
Hmm. Well, here's the thing. You say that, but what if I told you that you could?
I would still say no.
We will be happy to whatever technology that we find on the way. I think we're comfortable with handing it over for you for reuse, but the entire country's worth of technology, it's a bit out of our comfort zone.
And pay
Fine.
grade.
All right then. I'll make the adjustment. She'll reach over to the contract and pull it up before pulling out a pen and scribbling a few different adjustments, and then flicking it, and then putting it back on the table. The part about, you promising her all of their technology is gone. But you still have to give back everything she gives you.
Fair.
Yeah,
Any
I don't think we're upset about that part.
No. Maybe once we get onto this stuff, maybe you will, but
Get that hit of heroin. It's just like, it's so good when it go bang bang.
So you finally take away the addict's cigarettes. He wants to look over the contract again just to see if everything else is the same, if anything's been added, removed more than intended, just to give it another looks over.
No, it's the same as it was.
Is there anything about resell on it? Or is it just like, hey, this is strictly for personal use, personal research, this is not anything anything
Yes.
received from this group?
It doesn't say anything against resale, but it doesn't say anything about specifically for reselling.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply absent.
Yes.
Yeah, it's simply absent, which can still be an alleyway for it to happen. One more addition, I think, is a bit reasonable. Any of the ch-ldr-n tech that we give you for repurpose, it cannot be sold.
Well, why would it be sold again if I'm repurposing it?
Well, when you get it back, whenever we're done with it, it's not to be put in your shop. It should be locked away in a safe to be forgotten. Or for your personal use.
Really limiting the amount of money I can make off this endeavor, but sure.
It's not about the money.
Last thing we need is ch-ldr-n Part 2.
Oh, trust me, it wouldn't be that bad. It'd be the equivalent of me selling that laser rifle to you.
Yeah, even then, I don't know.
I want to stress something.
Mm-hmm.
You've taken the clause out of our contract for taking all of their technology. What's to stop you from writing up another one from some other yuppie?
He shrugs. Nothing.
This isn't your plane.
No, it's not.
you don't find it intrusive to take a portion of its history with you.
Hmm.
However bloody it is ours, not yours to take.
No, it isn't. But at the same time, I can't help but feel personally invested in a country performing acts of genocide with advanced technology.
True. And we will break them. But that doesn't mean their advancements need to die with
Hmm. The weapons, yes. Maybe not the medical or other technology that could be used to create a more beneficial life for people. The weapons, though, they need to go.
Then maybe he looks over at Morgan. Maybe instead of all technology Caligan has, maybe just weapons of war and all of the medicine and other technology that could be used for good, essentially, is stayed. All weapons are to be taken. It's just an idea.
A tool is a tool. It is the person behind it that causes the trouble.
Agatha nods knowingly. He's used that phrase before.
And things can be unbuilt and rebuilt for different purposes.
We will give you whatever equipment we come across. But you can't just simply erase this history. We're doomed to repeat it if we go about forgetting it.
Hmm. Well, that's the way you see it. Then no one will forget. Regardless, the contract is to your specifications, I imagine.
He'll pass it along so other people can give it a look over, but he gives a nod to them like he didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
I'll give it a look over.
It says what it
Is it?
says.
Any double talk or loopholes or
Nope.
obvious misgiving? No, nothing at all. I don't even get to roll. It's just not there.
Yeah, no, it's not there. This person works with adventurers for a living and understands the quickest way to get people to stop coming to your place of employ is to try and pull one over on people. So it's honesty.
Fine.
Contract does what the contract does. You guys get a device that lets you disable ch-ldr-n tech. In exchange, you bring that to her. She repurposes it, rebuilds it, reforges it, does her own little twist on it, gives it back to you so you can fight back a bit better. And then at the end of it all, when ch-ldr-n's dealt with, it all gets slurped right back up to her, right back up into her hands.
Very well. I don't see any issue with it as it stands.
Although I will note that the option for resale is still there. No one's told her to take it out.
If she's not taking away all of the technology and guns, it's superfluous.
Yeah, when it's like here and there, that yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you guys wanted to contest her on that or not.
If she's not taking all of the ch-ldr-n equipment and technology with her, being able to sell the gun seems like a small price to pay.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay.
Gotta give the girl some meat on the bone, otherwise she's chewing the marrow.
Agatha's eyes light up.
I'm not saying that in character. That's definitely not how Morgan would say it.
Marrow?
Marrow?
Marrow, no marrow. Marrow, no marrow.
Bone?
Oh.
Aw.
All right. So, with that in mind, is there anything else that you guys would like to add to, or try to retract from this particular contract?
Does not seem like it.
No, Soren can't find anything.
All right. And with that, she pulls out a pen and she places it on the table. Well, then, with that in mind, each of you may, of course, sign your own name on this particular contract.
With a flourish, Agathar signs his name.
Soren calligraphs his.
Morrigan does the big paw print. No, yeah, she signs her name.
Okay.
And
It's a little black dot for a
Ren
beak.
Swabbles sign.
Does Vani sign?
Yeah, Vonnie will sign.
Okay. Once everyone has their signatures on the contract, it levitates in the air, flips up, and disappears in a puff of infernal smoke and fire. All right, then! She claps her hands together. I am so pleased to be working with all of you. Here is the device in question. She'll reach into her, into one of her pouches and pull out a... It is a platinum-hilted revolver with a radial dish for a muzzle and what looks like a chamber with 6 rounds inside of it that she places onto the table.
So it's a rad gun from Fallout?
Yes, yeah, it's a radium.
Kind of,
radium
yeah.
pistol. I was thinking
And
the
then-
prop gun. That boy.
And then she pulls out a small box that has her smiling face on it with a little thumbs up logo, and she places it onto the table, and you see that these are called disruptor bolts.
And these do what?
Well, you simply point this weapon at a piece of ch-ldr-n tech you wish to disable, you pull the trigger, and depending on what device it is, it will turn it off. For about a minute.
How many of... And how do we get more once we've used these?
Well, you simply contact me again, and then you make another purchase.
Purchase.
Yes, these bolts are very expensive.
Goddamn
Maybe
cheap.
we could...
Just swing the once.
maybe we can waive that depending on what equipment you come to collect.
Of course. We certainly
I gotta
could. Would you like to
scratch
make a contract about that? She smiles.
Agatha scratches the back of his head. I guess maybe we should have inquired a bit more about how the anti-technology gun.
Out of curiosity, how
Sure.
expensive is the ammo?
Yeah, how it works and what it needs.
Oh,
10,000 gold.
the ammo is a
Platinum.
paltry sum for you guys. It's only like 100 gold per bullet.
I just until I got to your shop, I didn't have 100 gold.
So say we bring you a suit of ch-ldr-n armor. That'd be good for what, 2 cylinders of ammunition?
Well, I want you to know this particular box right here comes with 3 cylinders of ammunition at the start.
So we could simply say a suit of armor is worth 2 boxes.
18 shots.
I'll have to check it myself whenever I come, because the level of devastation to the device also sort of matters.
Well, what about this? And then he'll like use prestidigitation to pull up like the juggernaut, the dreadnought suit.
Ah,
Kind of.
yes. Ooh, that thing? I don't think my disruptor gun can disable that just yet.
Is it because of the
Useless.
anti-magic field?
No, not that. I'm sorry. This is not magic. This is technology, my child. No.
And why does it
It's...
affect magic?
Sorry, what?
I said if it's technology, why does it affect magic?
Because it short circuits the neural pathways. It's a very fine detail worth that it's fine detail work that I can't really quite explain to you. Requires a lot of higher level thinking. a lot
Your
of
tiny
knowledge.
minds would not understand it.
So,
It would take
I would hope.
at least a week to explain fully.
Haha.
At any rate, suffice to say, this is a prototype of the disruptor gun. I am working on a rifle, but I need more technology to make a stronger iteration of this particular device. As it stands, this device right here will disable most will disable most of their weapons for their grunts and soldiers, a few of their technology pieces here and there, and maybe the basic unit armor. But that Juggernaut suit, that will take a rifle and will take a bit more work. But I think if you get me roughly, I want to say, 5-10-ish pieces of ch-ldr-n tech, I can probably make a bolt that can disrupt that.
Agatha opens like the box to like inspect the ammunition.
They are glowing blue bolts. Like they look like 45 Magnum rounds, but they glow with a blue light, and like so they have a copper shell, and the bullet itself is a glass-like material with a hard light blue emitting from it, and what looks to be a collection, like a small little ball of electricity in the center of it.
Okay. Does the technology destruction, disabling, does it have to be? I guess what I'm trying to ask, does the bullet have to come from the gun? Or is it like part of it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Right. I thought about maybe potentially firing it from the railgun, but this is fine.
If you want to fire it from the railgun, then you will need to bring me more ch-ldr-n tech so I can figure out how it works, so I can then make the proper adjustment to your railgun as a result.
He nods.
That means you will lose your railgun.
But I understand this may be a little bit underwhelming, but it is a prototype. It must be worked on, must be improved,
No,
so
the
on and
fact
so
that-
forth.
The fact that it exists is enough, honestly.
Yes, the real interesting aspect of this particular device is that what it does to the objects in question is that it disables them for about a minute, and then afterwards it removes their ID lock. So, simply touching the device, or the user of it, which no longer exists, dying, no longer makes the device disintegrate.
So we have amended essentially to get it away from the original user before it resets. Or at least goes
no.
to factory settings?
Like, after, like, it goes to factory settings. Now, granted, if the person who is currently using the device, has it restored to its factory default skill, it'll probably take them a few more turns, but a few more seconds, but they can probably reset it to attune to them again, so to speak.
Right. But as long as we can disable them and then kill them, then it doesn't fall apart. That should be fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I discovered a very, very, very minor quirk about this particular device. It has trouble aiming at specific parts or specific technology pieces if there are already disabled pieces on the person.
Okay.
So-
So if we disable the suit, it's harder to disable its weapon?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think that will be much of an issue.
It is a mixture of precision and, well, a lack of understanding how their technology works. But that's why I'm asking you guys to get me more of it so I can understand how it works better and upgrade it as needed.
Agatha looks at the group. So does anyone want to use it, or am I just going to use it?
I don't think I'd be very good at aiming it.
I'd probably be good at aiming it, but I don't want to.
Oh, and of course, as a minor aside, I know I only have just the one item right now, but it's a prototype. But the more technology you bring me, the more I can make of these devices that is more customized to your particular abilities. For example, I could see you, she points at Red Swan, having a pair of gauntlets that just like shotgun blast and fire the thing.
Like the taser fist from Black Ops 3.
Yes.
I
She makes like a punching
Yes.
motion.
It'd be
Yes.
more like Black Widow's stinger.
Yeah. Just a fucking beat stick.
And you, she points at
police with a nightstick. Whoa.
she points at you, Vonnie. And you, I could see putting an attachment on your sword that allows you to generate a field of disabling energy.
Motherfucker's got a power sword.
I'm fine with crafting my own stuff.
Tragic. At any rate, I hope this is a satisfactory business deal for each of you.
I mean, Agatha shrugs.
It'll do.
For now.
And with that, is there anything else that you guys required of me?
No.
I don't think so.
More.
The Soren just shrugs and shakes his head.
All right, and with that, I believe that is where I will take my leave. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you all upon the acquisition of your first or second or third or fifth technology. I'm not sure. She gives you a smile and a wave.
Goodbye, Miss Fayon.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
And then she will stand up and make her way over to the entrance of the cart. She will open it up.
I
Pause.
snap her vision away as she leaves.
Hold on. She pauses in the doorway, and she looks at it, frowns, and reaches up and rubs away a scuff mark that was there. And then she exits the cart and closes the door behind her.
Is Swordfang still visible?
Let me check.
Okay.
No.
Okay. He's just sitting on air.
No, it looks as if you're sitting on the chair.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, I think Agatha earlier clocked that she was staying visible. So I guess he just like as he looks at the disable gun, he's gonna talk to her.
Disruptor pistol.
Disruptor pistol, whatever the fuck it's called.
Don't you give me
he's gonna
that.
talk.
It's called a disruptor pistol.
How dare you?
How dare you? Disruptor pistol. All right. So yeah, he'll talk in her mind and he'll say, "You're showing off your beauty for a little longer than you normally do. What's up?"
Morrigan said she feels uncomfortable when I'm invisible. Oh. She reappears again.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's very considerate of you.
Me considerate. How interesting.
How quaint. I hate it.
At any rate, so, with that, the cart begins to trundle along and move once more. Do you guys have anything you'd like to do today in particular?
Hector's gonna get familiar with the disruptor pistol. He's not gonna fire it, obviously. And then when he's done with that, I think he's gonna sit and read the slime training for dummies. As like, I like to imagine like as he's like reading it in his room, Amalia's just hanging out with him, and then like after like long moments of silence, a little like BB, like a little ball of bone kind of fires from his appendage to just kind of fucking feed her occasionally.
Gross.
He catches it like a dog.
Remember, you have to tell her she can have it or she gets slapped.
I mean, it's like it's implied that it's consensual, like he's literally feeding her.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's it for that day.
Training with Soren.
Yeah, Soren's doing his thing in the training room.
Shirtless still.
But he has... Sorry, yeah, he won't bother to put the shirt on.
Nice.
You go down, like, Morrigan goes down to meet you for training and then, like, stops halfway down the stairs, seeing you still shirtless, and is like... Then turns and leaves. Coming back, like, 20 minutes later with one of your shirts and throws it over your head. Make yourself decent, Jesus.
He catches the shirt and looks down and goes, "Oh, I forgot I took that off."
I thought we would do something interesting for this round.
Oh?
And she nods to your blades. Allow me one of them.
His eyes narrow, and he just goes, "Why?"
Because we both will be wielding them.
He'll hand Hidari over to her.
I see, man. I'm like not your favorite.
Oh, it's horrible.
She's very clearly teasing.
Mori
He just kind of like sighs and chuckles and hands her over.
unsheaths the blade and examines it.
I mean, it's Hidari.
Yeah, no, she's just never held any of your swords before, and there's just this moment of like roll insight.
Insight.
What would I roll for this?
God, another fucking low insight. Holy shit.
14. There's something written on her face. You just can't quite tell what it is. All right. She tosses you something, like a bound piece of something.
He takes it and looks at it.
It's like a it looks like heavy leather, like a portion of heavy leather, and it looks like heavy leather twine, or like she essentially like she throws that to you, and you see her take something similar out and start binding the blade in leather.
You hear Hidari say, "Hey, you don't need to do that, man.
I don't intend to cut him."
You're not gonna cut him with me, man."
There's a moment of pause, like, why? Are you not sharp?
No, I'm pretty sharp, dude. I'm not gonna cut Soren.
Kind of looks incredulously at the blade, then up you, who's like, you can just choose not to cut people?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm asking the boy, not you. You told me already. I want to hear it from him.
Soren just kind of like shrugs and goes, "Eh? I didn't know that either."
You've chosen not to actively decapitate people with your vorpal blade. So
I thought that was him like taking extra effort to not do that. I didn't think that was something that he was saying, "Hey, I don't like telling Miggy, hey, I don't want to cut this guy's head off."
I mean, effectively.
Yeah, well, like I said, I thought it was just him like putting in the effort to not do it.
I mean, it is him putting in the effort not to do it. Obviously. I'm just saying, like, it is through your intention that she does not do the thing. And also,
So do I have to mirror this intention to not hurt someone, to not cut him? Or is that just something you do?
I mean, I'm attuned to him, so, like, I'm his sword. I'm not gonna cut.
And if you were attuned to me?
Well, then, yeah, you'd have some say in the matter. I wouldn't want you to cut him. I could
not mind.
resist you.
I went through all the trouble to get leather bindings for your blade to not cut him. I also took the trouble of doing that to all of my blades. Which brings me to our training. As she kind of like gives the blade a flourish and points it at you, Soren, is like, I may not be very good wielding a sword, but you will have to learn on how to maneuver around mine. As she will cast animate objects, as there are now just, I think, how many can I summon? What does the sword counts? As tiny? Because I'm considered small.
Yes, they certainly aren't medium objects. I would say tiny object sounds about right.
There are, you see 10 crisp blades all wrapped in leather just kind of like fall from behind her, just like and then they just float and take position.
Oh, well, I
man.
see how it's gonna be.
I have to even the odds now, don't I?
Soren, you hear from Hidari. Sorry, man. She has like 10 extra blades, dude.
You see 2 more kind of pull from behind her that look more specialized.
Oh no, it's 12.
He just kind of says, "Well, I could do the literary oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? Trope of saying finally a challenge, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try to dodge these."
No. Please say it. Finally a challenge. Come on.
All right, finally a challenge.
Yes.
Morgan smirks. Not much of one.
Morgan, you hear Hidari roll her eyes, and she's like, "Dang it, Miki's like two points off of bingo."
Morgan face flushes slightly. And I don't know if we want to just roll to see who hits who first.
I mean, I honestly don't know how I'm gonna do this. Or how we're gonna do this.
I would say if you both want to, you could just roll a singular d20 each and just call it a day. Whoever gets higher, and hits the other one first.
All right, he rolls a 2, and then I roll a d20.
No!
Wow.
No!
Damn.
No!
That's not training if you have the outcome determined.
Hold on now. What does Porton say?
I can replace any d20 roll.
Does it? I need to actually.
No.
Let me look at wizard. Let me look at
Doesn't
divination.
say that anymore.
It's a technically this was for attack, so it's in the
You
attack
can
roll.
replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. This is none of those. This is simply a contested d20 roll.
Fine, I rolled an 11.
Soren, you may roll your contested d20 roll.
Fine, you get to play the
Fuck.
game.
Do I get to play the game? Holy shit!
Not allowed, very illegal.
There it is. Yeah.
You go
Oh
charging
my.
at Morgan, and it's just you. You've never had to deal with 13 targets all sweeping at you at once. One of them at least clips you.
That was bound to happen.
One. I'd say all but one.
No,
I mean, yeah, with
you
a
get a
one-
luck token. So there's that.
Yeah, you just get a lot of bonks. Just like you go in, sweep, bang at the shin, then the shoulder, neck, head. Then Morgan comes up and pokes you in the belly with Hidari. It's like, ooh, you expected better.
That's also
Honestly,
not
I did
used to
too.
using one sword.
You know what? I guess that's an appropriate excuse.
Hidari over here. Morgan, you can feel Hidari internally cringing with every single hit that hits him after the 6th one. Just like, man, it's pretty rough. Ugh. At the
Yes,
same,
it really is.
At the same time, Miki is in your hands, just like, Sword, you got, swing to the right. No, your other right. No, your left. There's just so many of them.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Wait,
Yes,
oh my
the
god.
sword.
Do you,
Like
have any of you
while
seen-
he's getting beat on by these blades, you just hear Soren going like, "You're not helping, Migi."
Have you ever seen those? Has anyone ever seen those like dumb little videos of like the over-engineered mouse trap where like a fake mouse goes into a trap, it gets connected, and then a bunch of like little sticks smack it?
Oh, the
Yeah.
fucking paddles.
That's exactly what was that was what was happening there with the swords. You give?
He goes, "I give a good run."
Eh.
Well, I'm a tad embarrassed.
You hear a whine from Migi, just like, "Aw, now Hidari's two pips away from a bingo."
What are the spots on your bingo cards?
You heard nothing.
Can't tell you. It'll influence what you choose to do.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever the disembodied voice said. Hey, I can't tell you because it'll influence what you're doing. Boom.
Morrigan goes to help you up.
He takes her hand and stands up and goes, "Well, I ain't quite sure what happened there. Did you pull the threads again?"
No, I tried to, but I wasn't really able to make any difference because the moment I was going to, you were already kind of on the floor.
There were no outcomes
Yeah.
of success, I'm sorry.
You are very good in a one-on-one bout, but I believe you may struggle when you are in the middle of a crowd, as many would.
I'm usually better though.
Shrugs. Perhaps it was because you were training against an unexperienced opponent?
I think I did underestimate you a little bit.
Say
Yeah.
that maybe the reason you didn't do so good is because you didn't want to hurt her.
Look, I already did one thing you wanted me to do, and it cost me the fight.
These fucking guys.
She shrugs.
This is a fair summation.
Be that as it may.
Hidari can be heard going, "Yeah, Migi, stop making him have hubris."
It's like, look, I'm not good in combat. I'm good at flirting. I mean, what?
She sheaths the sword she was given and hands it back to him as her blades return and kind of clatter together into a bundle that she then slips into her pack. Well, you are the first to see that in action, at least. So, a little less flashy with all the leather.
So you've never done that before, and I'm the first.
I have not had need to. Though I have not had to... Well, my new swords are the first time I've used them. The other blades have been sitting in reserve. I have not had need to conjure such a spell yet.
So I don't know if I should be honored or not.
I don't follow such codes, so it would more be you are the test subject for its efficiency. I am overjoyed with just how well it did, because I was unsure.
Well, we're definitely going to have to do this again, because I very clearly need some practice.
Against this many targets? Yes, I suppose. Though there are other matters in this training, I also need to learn this meditation.
Well, sure, I'd be willing to show you the finer points of it.
All right. Let us do the sitting in a single space and being quiet for a very long time.
Here
Hey.
might not be the best place since people bang on the training dummies, and it's gonna cause a lot of noise.
I look around. Is there anyone else down here?
No.
Well,
Just
not
you
right
two.
now, but
Well, which room are we going to do this in? Then yours, mine, the living room.
is there like another room that's because like right now in the train?
There's the spa.
So you hear from Hidari, you should like go to her room, man. And then you hear from Miki, no, you should go to your room instead.
He just goes, why?
They both say in unison, we can't tell you.
Reasons.
He then kind of sighs and says, "Well, we could try my room. I guess the decor there kind of lends itself to being a little bit more peaceful and mind-opening, if it will."
You feel a fist bump as Miki goes, yes!
All right. Honestly, my room is not in any kind of peaceful state.
Oh,
I keep my room clean. I've even changed up the Zen garden for a little bit of variety.
Oh, your sand pit. Nice.
Hey, the sand pit. It's more than just a sand pit. And he starts walking up the stairs and gestures for her to follow.
You
It
should tell
follows,
her
like-
it's a rock garden, man. Like a difference.
Rock gardens. Oh, you grow rocks. Nice.
So dumb.
It reminds me of an old Mitch Hedberg joke. I got an ant farm in my room. Those fuckers ain't grown shit.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, the two of you make your way up to Soren's room, and Soren, you can hear Miki celebrating just a little bit too much.
So
And then Hidari says, "Hey, Soren, buddy, you're gonna need to like kind of lock in a little bit, otherwise Miki's gonna get a bingo. I want to get the bingo instead."
Soren sighs and just takes the blades from around his waist and sets them up against the wall.
You can set us down, but you
forget.
can't lock us out.
Can he mentally lock them out?
Roll me a wisdom check.
All right, wisdom check. Wisdom. 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can currently lock them out.
Before he does, he goes, "Sorry, I need a moment of silence," and he sets them down.
No,
And-
no.
You hear from
Wait, no shit, that's cheating.
no, hold on.
Wait, I want to see you two kit.
Miki's response is Hidari's response is literally just like, "Okay, man, just like, back up, let us in whenever you're done." And then like and Miki's like, no, wait, before just kind of like cut off.
Funny thing, they still have a connection to Morrigan.
Yes, they do. But they're not
So, yeah.
gonna like invade your mind. Know what I mean?
I heard they have in the past already.
They to chat with you once about the books, yes, but they're not gonna invade you for this.
Oh, okay.
Difference.
Yeah,
they
so-
have principles.
They're very loose and don't make much sense.
Exactly.
They have a code of honor themselves. It's not as tight as Soren's, but they have one.
They have a code, no one knows what it is or understands how it works.
Including them.
Yeah. So Soren gestures for Morgan to sit down, or well, actually more to kneel down in front of the Zen garden, and he sits down. He kneels down too, and he goes, "So for the moment, what we need to do is calm ourselves, make sure that our minds are are quiet and serene. And he kneels down in front of the Zen garden and says, "For me, it's looking at the patterns in the sand. It creates a sense of calmness in my mind, just something else to concentrate on. Imagining the waves rippling from the rocks." And he looks over to her.
She kind of like looks at you with a slow blink, then at the rocks. Very calming.
Aye, that's the point. He's looking at her dead seriously.
She looks, let's see, deception, 18.
Insight 26.
Oh, there it is.
She is giving this like the biggest kind of like, of course this is, or yes, no, wonderful. She's like, this is such weird bullshit.
He just grins at her. Like he knows what she's thinking, but he fully understands, because not everybody, like even he didn't fully believe that it was a thing when his master taught him about it. So he understands where she's coming from, as he doesn't say anything, but she can tell that he knows what she's thinking.
Kind of side eyes you for a moment before sitting down in a position she was asked to sit in, and then kind of stares at the rocks.
As you look at
do it.
I do other things as well, as such as slow breathing. Take a deep breath, and he takes a deep breath. Not so strained, slow.
She tries to take a deep breath, just
And hold it for a second. Imagine a place that makes you happy. A place that you want to be right in this moment in time, as his voice begins to go down into kind of like a low drone. And then he says, "And exhale." And he exhales his breath.
She does, and you see like intense thought in her. You see intense thought as she does this. You can insight that if you want.
It's none of his business. He's not going to incite it.
But Soren, what if you didn't comment?
You vile seductress.
Mm-hmm. You're saying.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, you know what? He'll do it.
You see her struggling to find a happy place. Like, that focus to a place where she feels comfortable and happy is something alien to her.
He then says, breathe in, takes another slow, deep breath, and says, that happy place does not have to be anything in your past, does not have to be anything that's happened, does not even have to be anywhere that you've been. Just someplace you would like to be. And exhale. And he exhales. He slow exhales.
You see her something clicks. You see her melt into some kind of thought as a lot of the strain in her face fades, and she exhales.
Good. Now take another breath. Inhale. And he inhales slowly. And after he's done inhaling, he says, try to imagine yourself in that place, in reality. Try to imagine how it would be, and any of the people you might want to be there with you. And exhale. And he exhales.
She does. Breaths more shakily now.
Is something wrong, Maury?
No. Fine.
26 insight.
Oh, she's found a happy place and it immediately makes her sad.
Oh. He frowns at this and he says, do you want to tell me about this place?
Her ears droop, and she kind of like stares at her crossed legs. That place inside the amber.
The place inside the what, sorry?
The amber. You recall during your bout with the Queen of Thorns, she wore an amber necklace that had another aspect of Morrigan in it. And you know that Rensois had like ventured within that amber, but you don't know what was there.
He stops for a second and he says, why don't you tell me about that place?
Rubs her face a little. Was home. Everyone was there. Everyone was alive and happy. Me, my sister, my mother and father. You, Francois, or Agathar, everyone. There wasn't any war or worry or pain or suffering or hate or anger. Just happy. Perfect prison to keep a hopeful mind at bay.
I see. He gets out of his kneel and sits cross-legged himself as he looks down, trying to think about how to respond. And he says, that's where you were when the Queen of Thorns had your body, right?
She kind of sighs. It's a funny name, but it's just me. Just a part of me.
What?
Drive, anger, fear, hate. The lust to see things torn asunder. It isn't like there's some other thing here. It is just me. Not under some kind of guise or control. I'm not going to hide behind some false idol and claim I did not do that to all of you.
Well, true, but it wasn't all of you, right?
Kind of looks away. Would not be an amber if I had my whole heart in this.
Had the whole heart what, sorry?
A whole heart in it.
Oh. You did close yourself off to being reasoned with, didn't you?
I had to. It had to be done. I don't understand.
Looking back on that now, do you see it as a mistake?
It sighs deeply.
He
Yes.
sits there. Oh, okay. Sorry.
I knew what I was doing was evil. I am not a hero. I was never going to be good. It wasn't the point. I was going to burn myself away to take everything else with me so this place could be free of all of this wretched hate, this unending hungry machine that desires to chew everything that isn't it.
He lowers his head in thought again, and he replies, "Well, at least you view what you did as a mistake, and I don't think I need to tell you that burning yourself away would have probably made everything worse for us, because we do like you, Maury. We do love you, and that's one of the reasons we went to stop you. It wasn't just to protect the people of Worry. That was a big part of it, but another huge part of it was because we do care. All of us. And I'm sure Renswa still does too. And Aggie cares enough about you to have forgiven you and given you another chance, right?"
She's quiet for a minute.
Your loss would have made everything hurt so much more. And I kind of figured that you wanting to end everything with yourself was part of the plan. And despite how angry I was at you, I still didn't want to see that go through.
You are very kind, Soren.
Thank you. I like being kind. It's just part of me now. But but the biggest takeaway is that you now see it as a mistake, but the worst thing you could do is dwell on it. Do what you should do. I know it sounds silly. Trust me. It's kind of hard to just take yourself away from that when there's that much regret. You regret it, right? You regret the whole thing?
I can see now that what I wanted and what would have been were not right.
There's always a cost. But this is... I used to be quite spiteful myself, and I still carry no small amount of spite towards the elder that banished me from the compound, from a tribe. And after hearing what happened to me mom, that spite has grown tenfold. What I am trying to help you master now, or start mastering now, has been the one thing. Well, one of the few things. The other thing has been the love and care of my family here. But the meditation helped. Sensei teaching that to me was a huge boon to help me to parse my thoughts and organize them in a way that I could make the right decision. And right now, dwelling on that mistake is probably the worst thing you could do, because all that is going to do to you is get you to regret it more and maybe even hate yourself. Unless you already do, which it would only make that worse.
You kind of see her not make eye contact with you at that point.
what you need to do, if you want to do better, if you want to do good with this, if you want to do something with this, then the best thing you could do is not forget about it. Don't forget about what you did. Keep that in mind, but learn from it. Use it as a lesson.
I'm trying.
I know it's hard, which is why I'm here, which is why I'm trying to help you. What's that one thing I keep telling you, Maury?
Don't disintegrate the slime.
I mean, aside from that.
Don't drink so much.
That too.
Don't be nicer.
What?
You've asked me quite a lot of things.
But I think I've told you consistently every day one important thing. And it's one thing that I had you tell yourself down in the training room while you were talking with Rensois. Do you remember what it was?
Out of character, no.
He just smiled. Well, like, I guess in character could show as like she's struggling for it because Soren has tried to give her a lot of advice. So he just smiles and says, "You ain't alone. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to walk this path alone anymore. You have a family, and this family has forgiven you for the most part. And we're willing to help you. You just gotta let us."
Wait. We are getting very far off the meditation lesson.
True, but I feel that this is important to understand what I'm trying to do for you here. You're still troubled by what you did, and I get that.
Yes, I am probably going to be very troubled for a while.
Of
I am
course.
trying.
Of course. And I feel like meditation would help you with that.
Okay.
So I suppose we should try a different tack then. And he gets back into his kneeling position. And he says,
She does the same, kind of like grimacing a little because kneeling.
and he says, come to think of it, if the kneeling is uncomfortable for you, you can sit.
Fine. It's fine, really. Just put these next.
Well, we start again. We close our eyes and we begin to take deep breaths.
Okay, more breathing.
Hi. More breathing. Gets the lungs oxygenated, gets more of it flowing through the blood, and gets it more going to the brain so it could be more calm, he says with a happy smile. Like,
Right.
like clearly trying to cheer her up.
Okay. More brain blood oxygen. It's actually pretty learned of you to know that whole process.
Say again, sorry.
That's pretty learned of you to know that whole process.
Well, I had a very, very in-depth teacher, he says with a smile.
Okay, the breathing exercises came with biology lessons. Very good.
Well, sure. I mean, I always asked her. I was at the point in my life where I was always asking her why. Like, why aren't you teaching me the blade, Sensei? Why aren't you helping me to swing it faster or better, Sensei? And
I really wish I was there to experience little shit Soren.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you weren't.
I don't
No, you
know.
aren't.
I feel like we'd have some things in common. We'd get down to some shit.
Probably. Maybe. I suppose.
Nod solemnly.
But that ain't why we're here right now.
No. It is breathing deep and staring into the sand time.
It certainly is. He says with a sigh. If you want to reduce it to that, and he continues kneeling, and he says again. So again, close your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he stops for a second, and he says, what is the least traumatic moment in your life? Don't have to. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me.
Opens an eye as you say that, looking in your direction. The least traumatic moment.
Does she say that out loud?
Yes.
He goes, just bear with me. I want to try something else.
Oh, okay.
The least negative. Let me rephrase. Least negative moment of your life.
You see her face strain as she thinks. Having to journey through the mind palace for a moment.
And he says, again, you don't have to tell me what it is, but when you have it in mind, let me know.
Face softens a little as she comes to something. Okay.
And then he says, now think of something equally positive that happened to you. Something that would make that negative moment worth it, I suppose.
Wait. You said least traumatic. Oh, it's supposed to be a negative?
No. He said now think of an equally positive, like on the same scale.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Something that would have made that negative moment worth it.
Okay. Okay.
And now imagine the two together, and let them find harmony with each other. Let them equal each other out, and find balance. Let the negative be balanced out by the positive. His eyes are also closed at the moment.
I think there's like a moment where she's like trying this and eye creaks open to look in your direction. Then close again.
His eyes are closed, but he is listening in.
I don't know if this is working.
Are you having trouble?
I maybe misunderstood. I think I'm going to take a walk.
Okay. I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you out, Maury.
Why would you be sorry?
Well, I'm here to help you get through this, and I'm clearly failing.
Wait, this is first time. Why?
You're right. You know what? You're right. It is the first time. So, so I guess I take your walk, and let me know how you feel afterwards. I'll try to refine this a little bit more to help you out a bit more.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Soren.
Hmm.
Roll another wisdom check, please.
17.
You can practically feel the girls trying to break down the wall.
Come in.
They got something to say. They got something to say.
Let me in.
Let her go, Soren! Don't let her go!
He holds the wall up while he's sitting there with his eyes closed, just again in sort of a pseudo meditation himself, as she walks out. And once so Morgan leaves, right?
Yeah, she leaves.
So once she's gone, he lets the wall break down. Like, part of the reason he was doing that was like to have them apply more effort so that when it comes down, they go flying past.
Oh, hold on. Let me roll. See how much effort they. Oh.
Maximum effort.
It was an 18 on the die. So yeah, no, like it's one of those things of like, as Morgan is like the second more like, okay, so you don't get the chance to let the wall down yourself. They break it down. Like the second Morgan leaves, just like shatter. They tumble
Like
into
the
your
Shining, they
mindscape.
just break a hole in and just rip their hands. And it's like, here's us.
No. They both tumble in, and Mika's like, "Hey, come on, man! What are you doing? You're ruining the whole operation here." Yeah, man, you're supposed to like give her a hug or something, dude. Like, why are you meditating at this moment, man? Yeah,
Because
you
she needs a
fucking
walk.
dope. Oh yeah, a walk is what she needs. You should give her the hug before she goes on the walk. Come on, man. It's basic science. He doesn't know basic
What are you
science,
talking
dude.
about? Like he immediately stands and he's like, "All right, what is it with you two?"
Nothing. They both say in unison.
Insight check.
They go, oh my!
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, let's go.
Oh no!
Yes.
The girls are trying to ship the two of them.
Like, okay. I can see I can see what this operation is now. And
Oh, good, you can see. Awesome, go hug her. Yeah, man, and like, give her a big squeeze and like tell her that like, my squeeze. Girl.
look, I'm sure you've already shipped the two of us together. Just go write another book, all right?
No, it's not just about writing a book. It's about sending a message. Yes, a positive one, man. Yeah, just like, look, she's sad, she's depressed, she feels like she can't do anything right. Her last partner just left her. Yeah, man, it's like, prime hugging opportunity, dude. Yeah. And you don't even, and here's the thing. She brought you a shirt, okay? She didn't have to do that. She did. Yeah, man.
He smiles and he says, "Hey, she did do that. Although Sawyer was right, that was kind of funny."
They both nod in unison. Yeah, man. So, like, go, like, give her a hug, dude. Just, like, run out the room. Yeah, and, well, I can't say that.
Like you, the DM, can't say that, or Miki can't say
Miki
that.
can't say that.
Yes.
And he just stops and says, "Say what?"
No, it'll affect your decision. Yeah, exactly, man. We're still trying to win bingo over here.
Hold up a second. Are you? So you're trying to ship us in real life?
They both nod.
Look. He pauses for a second as he
Just
thinks. And
saying,
he
though,
says,
man, like, a friendship could be really beneficial to the girl. Just saying.
And I'm trying to be that friend, but
Exactly.
is that the extent of the ship you're trying to do, or is it more?
That is a natural 20 he got. I want you to know.
Yeah,
I know. I'm.
If we say yes, will you stop asking questions?
You
So-
say yes, and you're gonna take away our collection.
So the both of them look at each other, then look back to you, then look back to each other, then look back to you. Okay, look, I can't lie to you, obviously, but look, friendship would be amazing, but like it would be also really cool if the two of you like got together, Just saying, Mister, I am honor, and I am, super honor meditation man with Miss Depresso Espresso, Angie Bean, like opposites attract. Just saying, But the hug though is like just a generally good idea, and like your time is a wasting. You should have been out there like a minute ago. Yeah, you kind of should have.
He He stops for a second. He seems to be pondering something. Oh, that's still high. And he goes, "All right, look. I don't think her and I are possible because look, she doesn't really like me in that way, right? Does she not? Hold on." He stops and thinks. Does she like? Oh God, she likes me in that way.
I mean, it's a maybe, you know. Just saying, it's a maybe. But, like, you know, don't be weird about it, though, because, like, you know, you didn't hear it from us. Just saying.
No, I think now that I actually took a look at it and remembered things and looked at those memories, I think I saw it for myself.
They both say, "Oh my gosh, he's learning."
He's awakening.
Yeah, that Jimmy
Oh my
Neutron
god, it's
moment.
Jason Bourne!
Skill unlocked.
Like his fur just turns yellow and shiny.
Oh no!
Things have gotten very bad.
His ears go very spiky.
Super sorry.
Oh, I thought you were making a different reference entirely. I'm so sorry about that.
I mean, it could be anything. It's animes. He goes, "Oh, gods," and he stops and thinks for a second. He goes, "I don't know how I feel about her. I mean, aside from family and loving her as a family member, I don't know if I love her in that way."
Well, hey, look, dude. No one says you have to make the decision now, but like what you do need to do now is like run out there and
Make
give her
the
a hug
decision.
before she hits the second flight of stairs.
You don't need to make a decision now. Just make the decision.
Migi like grabs your hand, grabs you by the shoulders, and just very like mentally grabs you by the shoulders, and just like is very weakly shaking you like a 5-year-old to their dad, just like, "Come on, man, just like go do the thing."
It's like you don't need to make that decision right now. You just need to make another decision immediately.
And then Migi shakes you a lot more aggressively, just like, "Come on, go, go, go now! The moment's running out."
Oh, God damn it! He goes to the door and opens it and looks out. Is Maury still out there?
Absolutely not.
Rush, damn you! Rush! Use your speed!
He goes down the stairs to look around for her. Does he see her?
Nope.
He is the caravan in motion right now?
Yes, it is.
I didn't realize this. There are so many floors added onto this bitch.
Yeah, there's like 4 more floors added.
Oh. So which would be the one that I'm sure Soren would know? Which would be the one that one would go to have a walk?
Question. Do you think that's where she was actually going?
Probably not. But let's see.
She's probably in her room drinking, man.
He's going to look down the hallway to her door and walk in, kind of like quick step up to it and give it a knock. Maury?
Not there either.
Dang it, thought that was for really word. Try the training room.
He goes downstairs to the training room.
Not in there.
Not in the living area.
It's past now.
Nope. I want you to know that there's like this whole. I didn't know this, but we have a spa in the cart.
He's gonna. So I'm assuming the spa has a door too, right? It's not just like a walk-in thing.
It is. It does have a door that leads into the spa. Though I need to run real quick. I'll turn the phone on in the car and we'll continue this unless you want to switch to somebody else because I just got notification my wife is going to be at the train station in 10 minutes. I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah, we've kind of been on this scene for a little bit. We can come back to it if
boy.
anybody else wants to do something.
Yeah. Okay. While Soren's running around with a chicken with his head cut off. Vonnie, are you doing anything with anyone in particular?
No.
Not that I could think of.
I
Crafting the fucking commission piece.
uh-huh. Don't want to go
Eh.
talk to that lady?
Nah,
Don't want to talk to anyone?
nah.
Good talk.
Pretty good rolls this time around.
Don't want to
He's
I-
just playing his game.
Okay. All right. It's fine. You get a pass this day, okay? Next week, though, you're getting interaction.
Get interacted with the idiot.
So, with that, Francois, are you doing anything?
Not outside of what's already been done, probably.
Okay. All right. And how about you? Exile?
Actually, no.
Oh, never mind.
She's going to
Oh.
go see Aggie.
Oh, beautiful. Aggie was gonna go see Red Swan.
Amazing. That you both bump into each other at the same time outside of Vonnie's door. Don't worry about it.
He forgot his ability was. I like to imagine Amalia is so enamored with the trees that she doesn't even perceive Agathar, which triggers his ability.
Sure.
So yeah, she just bumps into. She just kicks something and just.
and it goes tumbling down the stairs.
Well, no. She doesn't notice that she kicks anything. You certainly feel yourself being kicked.
Then just like out of nowhere, it's just like he is on
And
his
then he
butt
appears.
when he reappears.
What? Aggie, where did you come from?
just like walking and then
Shit! Yeah, he had pained kobold noises. He rubs his muzzle. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot I had my ability up. Hi. I came from nowhere. He just waves his hands around.
Fucking jazz hands.
Yeah, he gives her a jazz hands.
You get the feeling that Soifang approves of that.
Of the jazz hands?
I am back.
No.
just so those know.
Of the I came from nowhere.
Oh, okay. He's convinced himself a little bit that it was also the jazz hands, so he might try that later. But yeah, he'll stand up and brush himself off. Yeah, I guess I had forgot I had that up. I'm so used to it at this point, I just can't forget. Hi.
Hello. Well, I was coming to find you anyway.
Oh, I was coming to find you.
Oh, well then. Living room? I'll make tea.
Sure. He'll walk beside her. He thinks about it for again and just kind of glances at her. This isn't another I'm in trouble talk, is it?
Maybe. What did you do?
Yeah, I was about to, it's like, well, it wasn't. Why? Did you do something?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm always doing something, so.
He shrugs.
Oh, I forgot my accent. That's what I was doing.
How dare you?
I might have forgotten something.
I am sorry. You
Don't
forgot
worry,
my-
buddy. I forget my accents all the time.
I didn't know you had one, Amalia.
Anyway, so yeah, the two of you make your way down the stairs to the living room, and you make a bit of tea for yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Other people are there, but you're basically by yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Our table.
Agatha will sit on the table. You can go climb up and sit on the table edge.
In fact, this whole cart just seems bigger than it was before.
Mm-hmm.
Just generally.
Mm-hmm. This is quite the space we have now. I thought it was big before.
Definitely been expanded. I mean, as many folks as we've been picking up along the way, it was due for, well, I don't actually know. It never seemed like it was any bigger or smaller when more people joined.
Yeah, I also noticed that. It's weird. But I mean, hey, if it feels bigger now, then that's kind of cool, I guess. Though I will say once the population inside the cart dwindles down to kind of just us, it's gonna feel weird. Like, you know, you have so much space, but you don't know what to do with it.
True.
Uh, right. Well, what's up? What do you want to talk about?
Uh, well, as she sets about making tea, basically just uh, well, checking in, seeing how you're doing.
Oh. Well, um, I'm doing what I can, I guess. I mean, it's been quite a doozy month, I should say. So I guess all things considered, I'm doing better.
Yeah, good.
How about you? How are you holding up? I, I mean, I couldn't help but see we're going through some rough patches, and then again, I'm sorry I wasn't really there for that, even though I was there, but I couldn't be there, you know.
I mean, it's been it's been a lot for everyone.
Yeah, it has. Um,
But hopefully we're on track to making moves in the right direction, getting Valen back.
yeah, I agree. I'm a little glad that we're going to get Abigail now instead of later. I just hoped that once we do secure this archmage, um, we do get Valen back when we do. But at the same time, I want to get to know this archmage. From what we have been told, well, that was the previous one. Um, Certainly, the apprentice of a mage such as the one that has been departed should be an interesting person. Not like the interesting people we've encountered.
Do you think he's okay? She'll kind of look down to the side,
hmm
like looking at him as she
hmm
fixes the tea.
He'll give her a nod and look at her, and then he'll use a an appendage to kind of take one of the chairs and kind of moves it over so she can sit in front of him as he pulls out a very nice looking kit. It's like a nice looking, almost like a suitcase out of his bag. And then when he pops it open, it's like a very assortment of expensive looking, like, uh, care kit that he got for like when he does his. Whenever he brushes Soifeg and Sora and all of that, it's from like this furred creature care kit, essentially. Um, and he'll like use his tail to kind of like pat the chair seat, but he'll look at her and he'll say, "Yeah, I think he's okay. He's probably pretty pissed that he can't really do anything to Lucas, but I'm sure he's fine. I don't as much as I hate to say it, I don't think anything bad is going to happen to him unless he does something pretty egregious. But considering we found a new button for Valen to press, he has a tendency of pressing those kinds of buttons.
Yeah, he does.
Which, I just don't understand him really. I mean, you know him better than I do. Has he always been that vindictive?
No, not always. He was. When Mel first got him, he was mostly just quiet, kind of reserved, drawn in. And, you know, I was still, you know, all bubbly and youthful and not quite as jaded from Mother's more in-depth trainings. So I was always trying to get him to, come out of his shell and, let's go play, let's go look at this thing in the woods. Go look at this cool mushroom. He kind of just followed around a bit like a lost puppy. But he came into his own eventually, though he never really was what I'd call, you know, a joyful child.
With all things considered, I can't exactly blame him.
No, not particularly. But, it's still my brother.
Yeah, of course. And I think he sees you in the same way. Uh, uh, a close sibling, but he is him.
Annoying.
Annoying, e- even more reckless, and he doesn't claim to be emotional, but he's emotional. But, he is still our brother. I care about him still, and we've had our disagreements and our headbutting, but I think we had an understanding that we cared about each other. He's loyal to almost a fault.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see you know, what what he's become, and I just hope that we can connect again. I guess I'm a little worried about him being so different now that whatever we had struggles, I guess. Bah. But, that's that's a different log for a different fire. Have a sit. You're like, I think you're ready to pop the pop the kettle there.
She looks at where she is like almost crushing the handle.
There are fingerprint marks in the handle.
Just curling the metal. Oh shit.
You know, you claim that you're not strong, but I don't think I could do that.
It's more of, I'm not winning any weightlifting championships. But I mean, grip strength is good.
Grip strength is very good.
We'll probably do rock climbing.
I would say I would be really good at rock climbing, but considering what I am, I'm already good
It's
at
a little bit
climbing.
cheating.
It's a little bit cheating. But you know, as gross as it sounds, as weird as it sounds, I could, make the playing grounds even. I'll just flatten my claws and we can climb at an even pace. But
I mean, maybe sometime when things are less. She just kind of gestures around vaguely.
when we have more than a day of respite before we have to fight for our lives again.
Yeah, pretty much. So, in probably like 10 years.
Oh god, I don't think I could be doing this for another 10 years. I don't even think I could do this for another year.
I mean, at that rate, we'd probably all just be dead.
Oh my god.
Law of averages.
Maybe, but I'm not allowed to die.
True. If you die, your wife will kill you.
I know. She'll follow me to the grave and she'll beat me up in the afterlife. You know, I really want to do the ritual where we separate our souls. She takes mine and I have to fill the gap, and I just she tells me just to not to die, and I obviously that's always the goal, to just not to die, but I don't know if I can.
Guarantee that.
Obviously, yeah, I guarantee that. And with the souls that I have, it's naive to even ask permission. Essentially, I don't want to just take it. I don't even know what's in those jars.
I mean, what all does the ritual entail?
Well, the ritual essentially, in a nutshell, I, instead of severing my soul where I take it back and I have to fill it, fill the gap in her, I want to disconnect the segment that she has from myself. So she has what essentially the fragment that is connected to her, it will eventually be hers. And that way, I either fill the gap with a soul, or through sheer will, maybe my soul repairs itself. But I can't take that chance. As much as I don't want to take someone's existence, it's more than just what I want at this point. I have to think about the little ones that are coming. He throws his head back. Oh my god, I'm gonna be a dad. Still can't get over that.
I think you'll make a great father.
God, I hope so. And you will make such an amazing aunt.
Oh, of course.
I can't wait to see it. It's just wrong. I just kind of want it. I should just have them now. I just want to see them.
Patience is a virtue.
I know. I'm so excited. And I'm terrified. I'm excited, but I'm terrified. But um who's in the living room? Okay, I guess does he see Neatal in the room currently?
Yes. She's
Okay.
currently chilling across the way. You see the Cinder triplets and their extra.
Mhm.
And
Bill-
Eloise is currently dealing cards with Ribbon.
Okay. He'll glance in that direction and he'll like look back at her. But enough about that. You and Neatal have been pretty active with each other.
I. She looks away, kind of blushing a bit, scratching her cheek. I don't know. I just.
I almost proposed to her on accident.
Wait, did she say that?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
that was
for
the
her,
joke because the rings.
yeah.
She definitely does not say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she's pretty, she's funny, she's nice. And I mean, well, she made her feelings, apparent before, Morrigan did.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, or if I should be doing it, or if I should be doing anything, or if I should just. I don't know.
If I learned anything, I mean, she obviously makes you happy, right?
She does.
And then obviously, it's. I don't want to say it's soon, but you just had a big thing with Morrigan, and I know you're probably feeling some things about that, but
Yes, like.
I will.
I
I will
still
say that
love her, Maggie.
he looks a little surprised. Really?
I mean, yeah. I. I'm not exactly a romantic. I wouldn't have. I mean, obviously I loved her. That's why we got together. And so there's a part of me through everything that like still loves her, But just with everything that happened, the betrayal of the team, of of me, of my trust, it just everything.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of throws a permanent "can we ever trust her again" wrench into things, and I understand that.
It's like one moment I'll be enjoying time with Neatal, and then the next it feels like a betrayal towards Morrigan, but then the part of me goes, it's like, oh, well, she betrayed us first, so it's fine. And then the other part of me says that that's not fair. And then I hate myself a little bit. And I just go into a circle.
Sis, sit down.
She
Can
will
I
slump over in a chair, clutching at a glass, also threatening to shatter that.
he takes a not a thin, not like a really thin metal brush, but like one of those like wide open like plastic ones. And he'll if he'll ask, can I brush your hair? Can I tend to it? Is that okay? I will move the fungus. They're not going anywhere.
Sure.
Okay. He will begin to carefully brush your hair in long strokes, being mindful of the fungus, where he'll move them to the side, or if he can't move them, then he'll wrap them in some other place. And I think there's a couple of moments of silence where he doesn't say anything, and then he replies, I can't say that I know what to do. I wish I could tell you what to do. And I understand that you're.
It's for you, it's easy. Everyone just seems to fall all over you.
I, well, I guess not everybody, but I mean, I will say it's still in the area. I'm still exploring, and I didn't think I'd ever get this far, let alone being alive. If I learned anything, is that with someone that you like, you really like, and someone that really completes you, and whether that be Neatal or Morrigan, it's a bit of a leap of faith. You just kind of have to go for it. I mean, that's essentially how I asked Soy Fang out in the tomb of her son. We were literally staring at a statue of her ex and the son that she lost, and I just, granted, it was probably the wrong time for it, but
Yeah, no, it absolutely was.
yeah, it was, but it kind of worked out.
Yeah, you're lucky she didn't stab you. At least
I,
not with a knife.
yeah, I think maybe you just kind of have to go for it. I mean, look, I understand. Yes, Morgan did betray her trust, and she attempted something that should be unforgivable. But at the same time, people make mistakes acting on their own information and their assumptions. And while I'm glad that you're not going towards Neatal to spite Morgan, I don't think Neatal would ever do something like that.
No, she.
Well, obviously I
She's mm, kind and giving space when it's needed and taking time and not pressuring me and just
I personally think you two are wonderful together. But that's not for me to say. If your heart is still with Morgan, then I would say,
that's the problem. My heart's with both of them.
have you does Neatal know?
She does. Well, she knows that I still love Morrigan. am
Agatha like rolls his jaw a little bit as he
pretty
thinks.
sure that. I mean, I did briefly date her before Morrigan, so I mean, I'm pretty sure she knows that I like her.
Yeah.
Just
It, she has she has a big
Morrigan is not a sharer,
no.
so it's just one of those things of like, if I take the next step with Neotol, that's it. That's book closed on Morgan and I. And maybe it's what I would need to heal, but what if I don't want to heal?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't you want to?
Through adversity comes strength, right?
Well, I mean, in a
Maybe,
way, but I think this is a little bit different.
maybe. Or maybe I could have done more. Maybe I could have listened to Morgan better, or gotten through to her somehow before all of this went down.
Stop it! You're sounding like me. I thought like that too, when I showed her my past. I showed her everything, and it wasn't enough. It just made her more confused. I I don't know if there is ever enough with that kind of reasoning for her. And it wasn't anything that you did or didn't do. You're not at fault for any of it. None of us could have stopped her or convinced her otherwise. Hell, even that sweet moment we had in the dream, you know, I think one of the reasons why I was so exceptionally hurt that it felt like it didn't mean anything. But maybe it did, because she kept delaying her plan. So I don't know. As as much as I enjoy the thought of you and Neopal, you and Morrigan were also quite the group. So I wish I knew what to say to help you, but this decision is gonna have to be yours, and I can tell that it's ripping you apart.
I mean, I don't know. Just I never felt like I knew what I was doing with Morrigan. And it was very clear that she didn't have any better of an idea than I did.
But, you know,
Half of our dates was us just standing around being awkward.
yeah.
There's something to be said for Neotol's confidence, sometimes overconfidence.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be honest. I had a conversation or two with her about, you know, you in a way, and I didn't, do anything crazy. I just wanted to make sure that we had an understanding. I didn't want you to get hurt.
You didn't threaten her, did you?
There's a damning pause.
We go back in time. Everybody goes back in time to the moment where everybody threatened Neotal. That episode, everyone hates Neotal.
There,
Francois just like, you did, didn't you?
I exclaimed. I gave her details on what would happen if she ever hurt you. I was just being honest with her. But it's not like I didn't want her to be with you. You know, I was just, you're my big sister. You look out for me and I look out for you.
Look, Francois, you know what family we're from, right? Threats are just how we show affection.
She like narrows her eyes at him and then just fine. You get a pass because, let's be honest, I do the same to yours.
Yes.
Although, you know, Soy Fang's in a unique position because if I kill her, it would also kill you.
Yeah. Did you
So,
threaten
you know.
Soren?
Sorry, what?
There, I don't think it's God. I'm trying to think back to when that first started. I don't think she
ever
threatened him.
has.
I think she was just like, treat him right, and then walked off.
Yeah.
I don't think that boy has an abusive bone in his body.
Mhm.
I think we basically gotta be like, Aggie, be gentle with him.
Yeah. It's like, Aggie, don't break him.
No promises.
Don't break the new toy.
Don't break the. Yeah. What if he likes it?
No.
Okay. I was just curious, is all.
And Miss, our love is God scares me too much to threaten her.
Yeah, Veronica is a little bit intense, but it's weird that I mean, look, I'm fully aware that's kind of a bit of a red flag relationship, but I kind of like it.
Look, I can't help it. I'm kind of into it when the girl is scary. The scarier she is, the
Look.
more I'm into it.
Look, I'm a troubled child, okay?
Agathar, and she's going to just gently place upon his shoulder. That is not a red flag. That is an entire roll of fabric.
If I felt like she was going to endanger the other people in my life, I would cut it off. I have some restraint. She was kind of a second crush because I obviously liked Soren back then, and I was in a relationship with Soifeng, and I was kind of in a emotional mess. But I do like Veronica. When she's not our love is God, the kind of mentality, she's very sweet and she's pretty funny and, you know.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, whatever floats yours. But all I'm saying is I trust you, obviously. And I think maybe waiting it out isn't a bad idea, just to see things how they play and to see how Morgan develops and maybe we can trust her again like that. But at the same time, you don't want to play with Neotal's heartstrings.
I know, and that's the problem.
I
don't want to be, like a reason Morgan relapses or something, but I don't want to lead Neatal along, but
sis,
like I said,
you
I
shouldn't.
like both of them, and in an ideal world, I'd have what you have.
what I have is very lucky.
It is.
And I wish everybody can have the same things, or we would stop fighting with each other, but that's just not how it works. I have a very rare exception. But at the same time, you're not responsible for Morgan's feelings. If Don't put that responsibility on yourself. It's her job to fix. You can be there to help her, but if it depends on what you think, then maybe it was never meant to be. But I understand your fear. I do. Just don't beat yourself up about it.
Joke's on you, that's my specialty.
Well, I would say I did it first, but you've been alive a lot longer than I have. But you are taking my shtick.
I thought your shtick was getting beat up by others.
Yeah, others and myself. It's kind of the whole package. But the wife has told me to not to do that anymore, so I've been trying to be better. And so I've had great people to help me with that. And he'll boop her head since he's still like brushing her hair.
True, you have several people who, ironically, would threaten to beat you up for getting up.
Yeah. Yeah, but being beat up by you guys is a lot more scarier. It's a lot scarier than being beat up by other people.
Exactly, and that's how we get you to stop doing it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. See, it works. The reverse of theory achieves strength. Uh, I really wish we knew each other before this. I think we would have been real kick-ass siblings.
I mean, to be fair, you're like, what, 4?
I'm older than 4. I'm 8. Like twice that. I'm like 20 in human years, I think, if that's how it works.
Fair
But
enough, fair enough. O wise one, forgive me my trespassing.
you are forgiven. And with the hairbrush, he like taps her shoulders with it in like a knighting fashion. Uh, but if you ever need me, you know how to find me. And I hope at least I was a little helpful. You know, I tried to be, and you can always talk to Soifeng if you want. I'm sure she has wisdom to spare onto us. She's pretty wise.
I mean, if you count the time that she was a weapon, she's the oldest of all of us.
It's true. She is technically the oldest person in this cart. But, she looks very good. She doesn't look like a day over 21.
I mean, you are biased.
I mean, also that. And I did make her body, so I technically cheated. But, again, she was the one that filled it, and it filled it that way. So really, is it me? Is it her?
Who knows? I don't.
I don't. He'll give like her head a hug. He'll like lean into it and give her a hug from behind.
Well, with that all being said and done, we gotta share a very close and cute moment between two siblings talking about drama and the like.
You know.
Yay,
as you
trauma
do.
bonding.
Hooray!
And relationship advice. And
From
with,
an 8-year-old.
and with that, the twins yelling at Soren for missing his moment.
Does he find me eventually, or is we just gonna forget about that?
How long does Soren serve? Is the question.
He
Does he
probably
Get
turns.
concerned when he not find her.
Well, he probably turns the card upside down looking for her.
Okay.
There's like a whole other floor that's just devoted to like a spa, and you're like, when did this get here? It's like apparently it's been here the whole time.
I've been here the whole time.
Well, he's got. So how is it like just one of those walk? I think I asked this question already, but is
It's
it one
like
of those?
you open the door and there's like a changing area, and then there's just like a huge bath and a sauna area, and it's just pretty hot and steamy in there.
Well, he's gonna knock on the door of
Oh.
the spa, and just not open it, and go, Maury, you in here?
Maybe.
Oh, are you? When did this get here?
We bought this months ago. Have you not been using the spa?
Has the spa been there months ago? I mean, I don't remember it being
Yeah.
mentioned.
It was probably bought the first round of mods we got for this thing, because
Okay,
it's there. It's like somebody must have bought it.
Yeah, Agatha so I have definitely used it.
Okay, yeah. Well, he wouldn't ask that question then, because Soren probably would have used it as well. He's just gonna say, are you decent right now?
No.
All right. At least, but you're doing okay, right?
I am in a hot bath. I couldn't be more okay.
All right. I'll leave you alone then.
I'm so glad you didn't like Adacare's like, I'm so glad you didn't just roll in here and have a funny moment. Apparently we knock around here.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was trained under a samurai. He's taught manners.
Fair enough.
Like, he was a little shit before then, but he was trained manners after that.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure that there have been moments where he's barged in on his sensei doing things, not like, what Mori's doing, but like being like, all right, Soren, what do? We knock. Correct. Why didn't you do that? I forgot.
his head in a suspiciously sheath-shaped head. Getting whacked by a sheath.
You hear you hear in the distance, because you didn't take the twins with you, I don't think.
No, he left him in the room.
You hear in the distance, that's one for my bingo card.
Morgan just in the bath, up to her nose, just like, Jesus.
I mean, like, you didn't hear that.
No.
I thought they were still connected.
No, like they aren't telling her this directly. What the shit? No.
So he came all this way after realizing Mori might have a crush on him. He's just like, are you decent? And she's like, no. He had nothing else to say. He's like, okay, I will leave now.
Immediately leaves.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's already, so he's already feeling kind of awkward with learning how Morgan might have a somewhat small crush on him, and he's wanting to inquire more about it, but he's not wanting to interrupt her bath.
I imagine you're like walking out, and the door slips open. There's Morgan with a towel around her, hair wet and mostly over her face, and like she has really, really long hair. Like it's always in a braid, but when it isn't, it's like all the way down to her ankles. It's like, what did you need?
Oh, well, I was just, you see, it's, I'm glad you're doing all right, he says as he's fighting for the words, to find the words to say, and he goes, uh, is the spa nice today?
Insight 9. It's magically heated. Yes, it is very nice, Soren.
Right. I should probably use it today sometime. When you're gone, of course. Fuck it. Maury, how do you feel about me?
Yeah, like her mouth opens a little.
You can
What are you
hear.
talking about?
You can hear the face palms in your room. You're not supposed to be that direct. What the fuck?
Agatha sneezes. I think someone took my advice.
They go, all right, I mean, look, I ain't used to... Look, I've only had one person, maybe two, that I could see have... Look, I'm just gonna walk back to my room, okay?
You see her like chew her lip before she's like, wait.
Hmm?
Are those bratty blades yapping in your ear?
Always, honestly. Especially recently. And when I say recently, I mean in like the last day or so.
Way to sell us out, man.
Uncool.
What
You're
the
the ones
shit,
talking
Soren?
about a bingo card.
She looks at you.
Fucking
She
narc.
looks you up and down. Sure. There is some attraction here. I am a moth with no flame. Any amount of warmth will attract me to something that will give me the time of day. I am not a homewrecker, Soren.
I have to say, I wasn't really expecting this.
That someone would view your kindness as more than platonic?
Uh, Not really that, but you being interested in me. Like, no offense or anything, just I didn't seem like the type to strike your fancy.
What do you believe my fancy is?
You know, we haven't really talked much, so I don't really know. You just kind of seemed like someone wanting someone, not as cheery as me. Honestly, I thought several times I was getting on your nerves.
Soren, there is nothing more than I would ever want is just someone to hold me.
This causes him to pause and just like look at her in the eye with this look of just like, okay, what do I do now? And
She walks towards you and then starts past you. She gives you a pat on the thigh. You have Agathar, and you love him dearly. And I can have however many little crushes I want. It does not mean anything.
he then asks, how the only time I've seen you in a relationship personally was when you were with Renswa, and that's with one person. Uh, would
Let me stop you. No. I am not the type who is willing to share.
Oh. You see, that would be a problem because I ain't willing to leave Aggie.
I am not asking you to. This was
I
not.
know. I know.
It is always someone else who butts in as she kind of presses on that link she has and feels like they have a need to play the puppeteer to my emotion. I ventured into your blades. I am sure you know. And I sought an escape. I don't have very many of them. I thought this healthier than drinking.
Well, I can't argue with that. I On top of that, I ain't really sure if I feel the same way about you, but this some people would have a fear that they're blame, I guess. Hearing that they're in love with them when they don't reciprocate would sour the relationship. That ain't gonna happen with me. I still want to be there for you in other ways.
That's fine. I never gave you the inclination I wanted anything else.
All right, well, I'm comfy leaving things as they are right now.
Good. I am going to go to my room and be alone for a while.
Okay, you're right. You know what? This was a good talk. He kind of says awkwardly, and says, "He,
Good talk.
well, if just remember, if you ever want to talk to me, you know where I'm at."
Down the hall.
Mm-hmm. Same cart, always, every day.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Ori.
As she heads back out of the room, kind of like tying her hair back into a sort of like half-hearted bun so it's not dragging behind her. And as she leaves Soren's sight, she twists her index and middle finger together as she severs the link between herself and the swords.
Before you do so, you'll hear a simple, two simple words from the both of them. We're sorry. And that's it.
I think she responds. You had no right.
We weren't trying to do anything.
And it goes dark.
Okay. That is that.
And Soren goes to his room as well.
The two of them do not say. And that is how the day passes. And we come to the next day.
More wisdom checks?
Why?
Because Soren is still trying to get his...
Oh!
Is still trying to get his thing down here.
Sure.
The water ball.
The water ball.
Right, and one.
Don't go
Yeah, just one.
chasing water balls.
Advantage or normal?
Normal.
Bingo. That's a save. God damn it. Why do I
Minus
keep
4.
doing that? Yeah, so 12.
No.
Ah.
You'll get there one day. Anyway, so as the cart trundles along today, you guys eventually arrive at your destination. Within this crook of craggy mountains, upon a small raised hill, is a brown hut that looks ramshackled and ill put together. A dilapidated building that looks as if it is about to collapse in on itself from a lack of care. It stands upright through seemingly sheer force of will, a ring of rusted swords comprising a fence around the whole building. Along the middle ring of the hill itself, with a section that looks like a walkway where there are no swords touching. A small garden that is very freshly put together with a small cross embedded in the center of it stands about 5 feet in front of the house and to the left. That is comprised of spider lilies with a hand-woven cross in the middle of it. And as your cart trundles up to the edge of this particular hillside, who emerges and what do you guys do?
Well, Morgan has prior experience with the denizen of this tiny home. So she stumbles out of the cart. Okay. Good morning. Are we all here?
Agathar's adjusting some of the straps on his armor, and he gives a nod. Yep, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Let's deal with today.
Let's go poke the bear. She kind of meanders up this hill, pulling up a brown bottle from her coat and having a swig.
Great. And as you guys approach the hill itself, before you reach the fence of rusted swords, you hear a voice call out from within the hut. My fence doesn't need any new swords, so if you're here to fight, I'd rather not. Before this old door creaks open on wooden hinges. More so from the gravity of the hill itself than of the volition of the person emerging from within. As I present to you Abigail the Invulnerable.
Oh.
Big Morgan kind of slurs and calls back. Is like, you and I. Okay.
I have to finish my description.
Go for it.
So, emerging from this hut is a woman that looks like she is tired beyond belief. It looks like she has not slept in months or even years, with long, dingy, dark hair that looks unwashed and unkempt, armor that is rusted and old, that is barely hanging on by these well-worn leather straps and equipment beneath it, and a rusted sword hilt in one hand that is sheathed inside of a scabbard. A woman that looks as if she is just waking up and walking out of a crypt. How old and just horrendous the armor and appearance of this person looks. Dead brown eyes and a expression of disinterest in all of it.
Done?
Yeah, I'm done now.
Okay. Morgan kind of like calls back with a slur, like, no one's get you. No one's falling for your act. You haven't lifted that blade in years.
You'd be surprised. What are you doing here?
We're here to collect the girl.
Which one? There have been a couple.
The one that's here.
Oh, the one that is here right now. That girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we ever get her name?
No, you never did.
Okay.
She turns around. She's like, well, hold on. Are you the ones that are supposed to collect her?
It was Sabina who sent her to you, was it not?
Which one's Sabina again?
He rubs her face. The witch. The white witch.
Oh, from the birch place. Yeah, sure. I think that's the one. Yeah, what about her?
We're here to pick her up. Have there been people before us?
Maybe.
Mori just starts walking towards the house, fed up with this shit.
No, you stay there. I don't want people walking in. Place. And she's gonna kind of just like walk inside.
Too late. You've already left it to ruin.
She paused in the doorway. No, it's got some life to it still. She hits the door frame, and the whole house just seems to tilt an inch to the right and then reassert itself back into place. Oh, that's new. She shrugs. Hey, girl. Lady. You got people here.
Her name?
She wouldn't remember if you told her.
Oh, it's kind of sad.
She disappears into the house, and you hear a bit of movement from within before someone emerges. As I'm going to end session right there.
Okay.
Before you guys meet the Archmage of the Divine.
Damn it.
Don't have Art of Her yet.
Don't call me out like that, fucker.
Too late. Then too
How
bad.
dare you? How dare you be 100%? I'm offended that you're completely correct.
I could call out Shad right now, but I won't.
I was joking. I didn't really mean that to be serious, but
Mm-hmm. At any rate,
Yeah, we're all waiting for our.
That's the real reason for waiting for the art.
oh
Yeah,
my
we're waiting
gosh.
for the art.
So,
Honestly, worth it.
so did you guys have fun with today's session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
The
Also-
swords ruined Maury's boy crush.
No. Soren ruined that with his overzealousness and his honesty.
Look, you gotta
The
nip it in the
girls
bud, all right?
Just wanted him to be a friend and to give her a hug. But
Just wanted to be an aggressive
no, he
They were
had
too
to say
aggressive.
more.
well, he was surprised that he was able to see it for what it was.
Yeah, see, that's
They
gross.
should have nipped him in the bud. Should have told him.
And then
no,
it was like,
idiot.
are you interested in me and Morgan just being like, because she's done it before, just completely like, yeah. I am a moth to a flame and you are the only warmth.
Oh, that was such a good line.
That's fucking
That's
tragic.
so horrible, but like that's such a good line at the same time.
It did hit Soren in the feels.
Yeah.
And that's
so
only
rough.
one reason. That's only one reason that he's not like being like, well, we can't see each other anymore. He's still going to be there for her.
Yeah, then it also kind of hurt. It's like, I don't know what you want. It's like, I just want someone to hold me.
That was so
that
tragic,
really
too.
hit him. That really hurt him.
It's like everyone's like, I don't think I'd be your type. It's like, what do you think my type is?
It's like
don't
I don't
know.
know.
Not
Like,
himbo.
The thing is, Soren genuinely thought he was annoying Morgan at times. So that's why he was like, that's why he was like, I don't. It's like, I don't think
That's
they're like
definitely a yandere energy. Oh no, yeah, that's not yandere. That's Sunder.
Tsundere.
Yeah.
Sundere.
Tsundere.
I got
I
it.
swear,
Tsundere.
both.
I'm all
I
over
swear
the place.
The Migi and Hidari are just in the back, or in Soren's room when he returns, just cuffing him, just like, you idiot! You fucking blew it!
I made everyone feel bad this session. The swords, Soren. The only person I guess I didn't make angry or sad is Agathar.
Yeah, honestly.
Not yet.
Look,
Not yet.
look,
Oh yeah, and Vonnie don't count. Ain't nobody get mad. Vonnie mad.
look. You disappoint him daily, okay? There's only so much you can hurt him.
How dare you assume that?
How dare I know it to be true.
Well, also, to be honest, like,
Partly
more,
correct.
like Soren is really the only one that Maury spoke with today, wasn't she? No, wasn't he?
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
All right.
Besides talking about like shop.
Yeah. Besides besides talking business.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I know what went wrong
What?
with the music bot.
I thought you were saying about
I
Soren
didn't
screwing everything
loop
up.
it.
You dingy.
Look, it's been a minute, okay? It's been at least a week.
So what do we call the session?
Well, hold on now. That's for the post-stream stuff. We're still in recording mode. Yeah, okay, so...
Well then, Okay.
From all of us to all of you, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching the YouTube videos. We're going to go into the post-stream where we get to name the episode with our Twitch audience, which if you want to catch us live, you can do so at twitch.tv/deathlyshad every week. Most likely on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. CST normally, but 6 o'clock p.m. CST normally for the next few months or so. At which point, if you want the ad-free experience, you can do so on YouTube at youtube.com/thedeathlyshad to catch Rains of Vitrium and Hooray! Agatha, say goodbye to the people.
You know, all this relationship drama makes me really glad I've always been single.
Morgan, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people.
Sorry, say goodbye to the people.
I screwed up.
Vonnie, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, everyone.
And Rensois had to reset their laptop, and the laptop's not back yet, so they are not back yet either, tragically.
I'm sure they would say goodbye.
Yeah, they would say goodbye. Anyway, and we will say goodbye to our YouTube audience as we go into the post-stream to name the episode. Goodbye, YouTube audience. Bye-bye.